All right, there we go. Frost. Frost will be the next map. Oh, that back crack. By the way, I don't know how in hell, like, I'm sure you guys all, if you don't, you're crazy. Oh. We'll talk about that more in a second. Actually, hang on, I'll explain my thought process. I'm a crazy old man. Frost coming up. We'll see you guys in a sec.
The force from the beginning. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars.
All right, welcome back to the AP SC2 Christmas Invitational, guys. Brought to you by an awesome Spanish team. Without them, we wouldn't have this awesome tournament. I believe there's going to be more casting happening tomorrow. We're just doing the group stages today. For what I'm told, we got one more series. I don't know what it is to cast after this, so we're not quite done yet. But this is game 2 in this particular best of 3. And currently spawning here in the top left corner of the map, up 1 in this series for the first time today. It is the proper, well, not the first time we're seeing it, but up 1 for the first time today. It is from property Morrow. Rifkin, more gun introductions. You can find this fine gentleman on Twitter at PropMorrowBB2. His opponent, though, in the upper right. Sadly, teamless, doesn't have a team to boast about, but still a really good player all around nonetheless. It is the Korean teamless Gosu Pizza player known as Arthur. You can follow him on Twitter at SC2Arthur if you want to see more of this guy in the future. But yeah, so the reason I was kind of making that very awkward introduction for Morrow over there is the fact that he actually, well, Morrow went 0-2 to Arthur in the first round today. This is a rematch for these two to see who gets out of the group stage. And starting off 1-0 like this, pretty nice. I gotta say, a lot of this kind of banks less on what, I don't know, I shouldn't phrase it like that. Hang on, because I don't want to invoke the wrath of balance complaints. But like, Arthur had a bit of a failed push, whereas Morrow had like a really great defense. I think is the way I'm gonna best phrase that. So Arthur kind of dictated the way that game was going to go when his push didn't work out, and he did not make any tech behind it. He didn't have the macro behind it. I don't know. On a map like Frost, he may opt to go for the more late, like have his eyes on the end game, less so than the main push, so to speak. Oh, Gillian82 in chat saying, I saw you on Ace Kate's stream the other day. Well, this is worth noting. Her name's actually Caitlin. Ace Kate's just the sick emote we have for her. But that's cool. Yeah, I hang out on a lot of people's channels on Twitch, actually. I think that's part of why I have like some decent perspective here on Twitch, or on Base TV for Twitch, or Base Trade TV. I can't even English at this point. Because I watch a lot of other channels. I love watching, being involved with the community, even if it's just stopping by for half an hour, or maybe hanging around for all day, just to get a feel for what works and what doesn't work on other people's channels. So yeah, you'll often find me hanging around randomly in other Starcraft 2 chats. And of course, I don't even say hi at this point. I just put the Ace Kate emoticon and hope someone knows who I am. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, by the way, though. We're still maintaining, I don't know how in God's name we are, but we're still floating about 700 viewers, despite the fact that there's freaking the Millennium Cup going on. We got the Scarlet Naniwa show match. I'm sure you guys are all dual screening, and you better be if you're not, let's be honest. But I want to thank you guys for sticking with us so far. Arthur going to get a scout off over here. Reaper dancer on the main, though. Pull some probes off the line, but no kills just yet. And Reaper will be pushed out of the base. Tomorrow, not going to be able to stick around for too much longer. Mothership Core has been a little bit delayed here out of Arthur, perhaps in the favor of getting that stock route, I guess. Kind of would have rather seen the Mothership Core come out. It's a little bit, I don't know, more potential for usage. Unless, of course, you're Arthur on Belshire Vestige, you get stuck and stranded in the top left corner of the map for like 11.5 minutes, but man, I don't want to talk about that either, because that was like that looked like Arthur's game for a while too, in game number 1. But of course, as stated several times now, Morrow was the victor. And we'll see if he can keep his game strong here. Second barracks falling up. The first, no factory, no quick starport. Just sticking with the bio for now. Even a bunker coming down. Frost is a map where you would expect to see Blink. I wouldn't be shocked if Arthur did, in fact, go for that Twilight Council. Yep, for the Blink. So not Dark Templar this time. Reaper going to come through the front. but will be shut out. It's actually kind of important Morrow scouts this blink, though. I mean, as much as it can be assumed that blink is made, it's frost. I mean, like, let's be honest. If you're a Terran player, you lose to blink all in, you're like, LOL, okay, it's frost, I'm playing Protoss, I should have seen this coming. But, of course, confirming that's going to be really big. It'll determine whether Morrow puts extra bunkers down. One of the big problems, too, if you guys have seen the 2014 map pool, a lot of things a lot of Terran players are lamenting about through Twitter, through Reddit, is all the maps are very wide, very open, very blinkable type maps, and the sort of abuse that we may witness here in a moment is the one that's going to be very prevalent. But looks like Morrow knows something's up. He has, I want to point out, if we look at his vision, he has not seen anything. There's been no confirmation whatsoever. Oop, pardon me as a hiccup. There's been no confirmation that this is blink. Oh god, my chest. Hang on. Sorry about that. There's been no confirmation this is blink, but it's one of those things, again, you kind of expect. It's frost, so extra bunkers are coming down. Marauders are put out really quickly. And Arthur... he's got the stalkers in the front line. We'll see what he can do. Unfortunately, I'm just a little bit worried that Morrow may be too well prepared for this. This needs some pre-pulled. Now, it's not like Arthur... he needs, if he's going to expand, he has to do it right now. Basically, he doesn't have any time to waste, but he can't because the Reapers can't be out in case the probe comes down. Morrow knows that's going to be the case. There's still a lot of dead space, and there's a lot of maneuverability here for Arthur to move around, but the point of a blink all-in is you're supposed to just get one big decisive hit and, like, kill your opponent. I think Morrow's trying to bait Arthur to blink towards the main, though. He keeps pulling the army back to make it look like he's out of position, but realistically, he is prepared. Arthur decides to go for the natural base instead. We'll lose a stalker for the cost of not getting that bunker. Oh, God, one more volley would have done it. But, of course, this is not a situation Arthur wants to be in, and our young Protoss is not looking too good right now. He can keep making stalkers. He can go as high as he wants. I mean, one thing is Morrow might have a lot of SCVs, but half of them, if not more, are not mining. They're waiting to repair. That being said, the longer Arthur waits, the more Marauders they'll be available. Does bust the bunker on the high ground here. Can start cutting around a little bit, blink on out. Oh, Morrow, one small mistake might cost him, but a lot of these stalkers are going to go down in the process. I want to point out that individual blink micro. Arthur is so good with his stalkers. Alright, well, still going to pick off that time warp, providing a little bit of extra kills here and there. Not a lot of SCVs pulled at the natural, so Arthur could go for a snipe on those bunkers again and then pull back. He's even pulled he's got a sentry at the front line to go for some force fields as well to make sure that doesn't quite happen. But yeah, this is one base blink all-in out of Arthur. This is about as all-in as against. The opportunity to expand is not really an option anymore. He basically has to win this game here. And the problem is he's waiting for so long. Oh, Mothership Core going to go down means there's going to be no high ground vision, and that instantly puts a big cork in this push. But that force field on the ramp actually a lot better than the force fields on the bunkers. This means there's going to be no reinforcements. Is another force field available, though? No, unfortunately not for Arthur, so pulls back. If you can cut this army out of the main, though, if you cut it in half or anything like that, I mean, this is a pretty nice engagement to take. But there's so many Marauders here. They do have Stim and Arthur in full retreat. One base versus two. 37 workers versus 26. I don't know that the damage he's caused at this point is even worth mentioning. Is this Morrow's just looking to be in such a good spot if he can hold off this army, but focuses on the pylon, cuts out the reinforcements of Arthur. But look at that blink micro, folks. A lot of these stalkers that are in the red that should be dead end up living, which gives him the power to push in a counterattack once again. Morrow is making more Marauders. He's got some Marines here in the front lines with a blink forward aggressively on top of this. Means no escape, and Arthur will somehow make this blink work. A game that shouldn't have... Whatever. Okay, Arthur wins. Will take us to game number 3, and that's all that needs to be said.